Hi everyone, I'm back. Randy here. Um, like I said, this is the rough sculpt, and I'm switching sides because the light is horrible on the other side of the table. So, and it's a lot better on this side, so I could actually see what's going on here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm gonna start with the eyes, and we'll go from there. I'll probably switch around a little bit too. Um, but I did find. Because what I was going by for a reference was a picture of the Bigfoot that we have for our haunt, and he's actually snarling already with open mouth, and we don't want that on our animatronic. So I was having a difficult time, as you probably could see with all the different photos. I changed a bunch of different things after a while, and finally got the mouth the way I needed by referencing a head of a sculpt of a Sasquatch with the mouth closed. So, and this is what I came up with so far. Um, who knows, that may change a little bit. I know I don't know if his chin might be a little bit big yet, but we'll see once I get down to the detailing to see the proportions. I know his eyes probably a little bit big here, but we'll see, and we'll get going. Alright, so my video decided to stop and process. It was too long, I guess. And so I kind of, it was taking forever to process, so I went ahead and just started doing some more as that was processing, which took pretty much all night. Um, but what I did, okay, as I was saying, um, what I did was I took down a lot of the eyebrows um, and reshaped them so it doesn't have big flanges. And now I'm going to work on sculpting down some of the cheeks because they're a little bit big at the moment, and then he'd be pretty well ready to give the wrinkles and textures that he needs. So we are going to get started. so what I'm kind of doing here is just basically laying in layers of detail. I don't know if you can see what I got so far. That's what I've got so far. Still got a ways to go. More detailing of the skin texture and all that. I'll just keep playing with it until I get to a point where I kind of really like it. So we're just going to keep going with that. Try and get a little closer. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I just made a tool. It's called a rake. I took some metal wires and there's 6 in there, and I just glued it inside a piece of wood, bent it, used epoxy. So this actually is a good tool. I'll tell you what the plastic, laying plastic on your sculpt and then going over it does, it doesn't dig into the clay. It just kind of softens um, the texture or the marks that you're doing. So that is what I'm doing. I'm not actually trying to remove anything. I'm just going over with this tool, creating some creases in the forehead, and then I'll soften them with the texture stamps I got. So, with that being said, I'll continue. Alright, so what I'm about to do now is use rubbing alcohol to kind of soften a little bit of the textures I've got going on, kind of clean it out a little bit. We'll see how this works. So, here we go. Alright, so this is gonna conclude the sculpting video. He's all sculpted. I did the fine detailing, and he is ready to mold, which I just ordered all the stuff I needed for molding, which will be coming next week, and next weekend is when I'm planning on molding, and so I'll do a video on molding and do a video on creating how to create like the skin for the animatronic and the skull. That's all coming up sometime. But if you want to take a little closer look, lighting is bad. I know. I'll add some pictures again at the end with that'll give a little bit better detail. But this is what we have right now. I added eyelids to him because we're gonna want the eye mechanism that'll be going in there. They'll make him blink, and plus other features of him will move too, like his mouth and lips, like I said earlier. But this light is making him shiny looking. I don't know. So the tools, I mean, I've got tons and tons of tools. They're all over the place at the moment. But it depends on what you're going for, where you need to get into. Different tools, have different ways of getting stuff done. But I've got a bunch of these stamps. They're texture stamps. Each one's got a different texture. There's a few out of here that I used for him that I kind of really liked. Kind of add. I used a different one for like the lips. It added a little different texture for the lips. I did the actual lips. I used a different one, but that was 2 packages of different kits I got. So, but other than that, I think, and then of course I added ears. I'm not gonna like totally. I just kind of did the shape of it. I didn't do it anatomically correct totally because it's going to be kind of under fur. So I just gave it the basic shape, and I kind of found that to go by. So I think that is all I need to say about him. So yeah. Alright, time for pictures.